Hello there, welcome. My name's Ryan. I'm the managing partner at Bird Dog Investment Group, Bird Dog Home Buyers. And if you ended up here, then you probably are trying to learn or figure out what the price of your house is. So you might have searched it, you ended up on our website and on this page, and we have built this tool above to help you kind of gauge what the price of the house is. And so I'm going to break it down a little bit further so that you have a better understanding between value and price. So a lot of times there's multiple values, and those values are going to result in different prices. So there is an assessed value, and that is going to be for taxes, right? So you might have an assessed value that came through, and it is on your tax record, and that's what you end up paying taxes on, and that's the value that they use to figure out what your taxes are. There is an appraised value, and that is for a lender. So that lender is going to want to know, okay, if I'm going to loan money for somebody to buy this property or to, extend a loan to this person to purchase the property, I need to know what it's worth to protect my loan against the collateral on the house. Then there's market value, and that is what a buyer will pay under normal circumstances. So the key here is normal circumstances, right? That is the kicker here, is the normal circumstances. What does that mean? That means whatever the market's doing is going to be the normal circumstance. In other words, if the market is 60 to 70 days, right, then that means under normal circumstances, 60 to 70 days, you're probably going to be able to get that price or get that value for the house because there's a buyer out there that sees the value. If it's comparable, right, to the rest of the neighborhood. Okay, so if your house matches or meets the rest of the houses in the neighborhood, you're not the biggest house in the neighborhood, you're not the smallest house in the neighborhood, but you're right there in between where you're going to get the right value based on the comparables or the other properties in your neighborhood. So that is the comparable factor there. And then lastly, the condition of the house is repairs or upgrades. So the comps are gonna include what year your house was built in comparison to what all the other houses are being built for and what those are comping for, or what those values are. So if you're older by 10, 20, 30 years and you haven't done any upgrades, well, you haven't varied it out to balance what the normal conditions are. If your house needs repairs, right, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in repairs, well, then you're not under normal circumstances to hit the market value. So what does this all mean and why you're here? The final value here is an investor value. And that is what we look at. So considering normal circumstances, considering all these other market values, what is our price to purchase your property, to make the repairs, do the upgrades, make sure that we're getting your house closely to compare to the other properties in the neighborhood, and we have the ability to wait 70, 60, 70, 90 days. So we're going to take all the risk in order to bring all of these variables up to meet the appraisal, to get the market value. Well, that means it's going to take time. And we all know that time equals money. So time plus money. So really it's money 2x. It's 2x your money. So you got time and money, and time equals money. So you got money times money. So what do we do when we look at an investment property? We take the market value, we subtract time and money time equals money. So what that means is your market value as an investor price is going to be under what the market value is, because we have to bring these conditions into play. So all this adds up to being, you understand perhaps what the different values are for the property and how these are all calculated. At the end of the day, the investor price is going to be the market value less 30% less repairs. That is a general rule of thumb, and there's another video where we break that down to explain what that 30% is. Half of it goes to overhead and expenses. The other half comes to our company so that we can pay payrolls and expenses and all that, and then make a little bit on the back end to feed our families. So if that helps, I hope it helps. Use the calculator to figure out where your house fits into this game. But if you really want to, give us a call. If you're interested in digging in deeper, what we're going to do on our call is figure out what the condition is, what the comps look like, what the market's doing in your area, and then we're going to calculate our investor price based on all these other values. So value and price are two different things. The worst thing you can do is overprice your house in a non-competitive market or a soft market, and you're just going to sit, and then you lost all the opportunity for a new house out there that people are looking for. So before you do that, talk to us and figure out what all your prices look like. Talk to an agent, talk to whoever you want, but if you're looking for an off-market transaction, if your house is facing any of these, if you don't have the time to list it, if you don't have the repairs and upgrades that need to be made to compete with the market, all that's why we're here. We're willing to exchange that time and money in exchange for you to walk away from the deal and be clean and not have to go through the traditional process. That's why we exist as a business. So thanks so much. Thanks for your time. Fill out the form or give us a call and talk to my team, and we'll get you sorted and at least give you your options. All right. And we'll give you what we interpret to be the value and the price to be. All right. Thanks so much.